Hey everyone, Fate here, and today I'll be doing a review on Hand of Fate. Now this is a deck building game, and it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it, though there are a couple problems, but we'll get into that as we go.
Another round, and our game truly begins.
Alright, so I haven't unlocked Endless Mode yet, and I assume that you'll unlock that once you complete all the I guess main objectives, because like I think what they said is like 13 bosses. So I assume you'll unlock Endless Mode once you beat all 13. I haven't gotten that far. I've played a couple games and I'm enjoying it so far, but there are a couple problems that I have with the game that kind of ruin the enjoyment for me. So let's go to story mode. And I've done 2, so I mean I'm pretty still like early on into the game. But, you know, I figured it'd be better to do a review now rather than... Because I don't know if I'll even be able to finish this. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Let's do Queen of Dust. She has a curse. In combat, the player's movement speed is reduced by how much gold they possess. Oh. So that's pretty interesting. I think the last boss didn't have any curses like that. I think he had like a... just like, he revived skeletons. Like all he did was like revive like the minions that he had. So this is the first time that a curse kind of showed up. So it's kind of nice that they keep them. I guess they add some difficulty to it by having things like the curses like this. And challenges, rockfall, and good fortune. I'm not sure what these challenges are. Rockfall. Oh, I think they might be like the cards that show up like as you play through the game. So let's do Queen of Dust.
A bold woman, this one. She did not collapse when the Empire did. No, she took up arms, organized her people, and vowed that in a country where death had gathered, she would be the one dealing it.
I think one of the game's greatest strengths is the voice actor and, the dialogue, I guess the lore behind all the cards and stuff like that. It really gets you invested into the game. And I think that's one of my favorite parts. Like, if the game wasn't voice acted, I think I'd enjoy the game a lot less. I mean, the game still has like a lot of lore behind all the stuff, but the voice actor really helps sell the game and immerses you into it. Let's see. So, the game can recommend you a deck and stuff like that. I think that's nice, but I don't do that. I like having my own. So let's first do equipment. Let's see. Frostfang. Definitely gonna do that. It's something new I just got. As far as I know, the weapons, the only thing they really affect is how much damage you do, or like some bonus effects, like the desperate measures. Like the less health that you have, the more damage you do. Like as far as I know, that's the only real thing. Like the different weapons do. They don't you don't fight differently or something like that. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I guess it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Let's see. Let's get rid of the sword. Yeah, get rid of the sword. What other weapons? Let's do shields. And I guess one thing that's kind of nice is that if you notice that every new item, like it says this, like the card is new and you don't know what its constants do, so it promotes you into trying to get or to use out the new cards so you can figure out what they do. So it keeps things interesting by trying to do that. I mean, you could use your older cards, but if you want to use the new stuff, you're gonna have to figure it out by playing it in game. So it could be good or it could be bad, but I think that's what keeps it interesting, or helps keep the game interesting anyway. But I'll be putting in all the new cards, and so let's take out let's take out medium armor. Only need one of those. Let's take out a shield too. So try to put as much of the new cards in. What does this do? Can I take this one out? Oh, okay. Let's get rid of this. Yeah. So I like to just put in all the new cards that I can so I can unlock what everything does. Let's see. go back. Now we can do encounters. So what you just saw there was the equipment. So it's pretty much everything that's going to help me out in the journey. And while encounters is pretty much like all the story-related things that happen. You know, that's why it's called encounters. So pretty much the ones that are with the locks are the ones that are locked in for each boss that you do. So the Queen of Dust.
Locked cards cannot be removed until you have fulfilled their conditions.
Pretty much what he said. So these things show up, and they'll be locked in. So it, you know, for the most part, you can dictate how the game's gonna go by what cards that you put in. But sometimes you can't. So like these ones, you know, like you have to encounter. So there is some level of like you don't have control over it, but that's, you know, good too. That way, you know, you can't just make it all easy for you. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. Just put in all the new cards. Take out one of the older ones. Let's get rid of the river. Alright. I guess another thing I should mention is, as you start the game, you have the max limit is I think around 10. It's the first, and so as each boss that you defeat, the amount of cards that you can have increases. So, you know, it gets longer and more difficult the longer, you know, the farther you get into the game. So it's, you know, it's nice. You know, you kind of start off slowly and slowly build your way up. Though I think it can get probably a bit tiring, I guess, because, you know, like with each one, you know, the game gets longer and longer, and so, you know, I don't know, depends on the amount of cards that you get. But if you didn't use the new cards, you know, you just kept using the old ones because like you knew what they did, and you know, you knew the best way to do it. You know, that can get a bit repetitive if you did it like that. I mean, you don't have to, but you know, for me, if you didn't have the new cards, you know, like if you didn't unlock the new cards, then you know, it'd be a lot less exciting. All right, but let's start the game.
Now we play for the cup. The first of my symbols.
I think one thing that's nice is that there's, you know, you have your deck and then the dealer has his own deck, so you know, you saw some of them.
I've added some cards to spice up the game.
So exactly what he said.
In addition to the pain and gain decks, there are now blessings and curses. Choose your steps carefully.
So, but yeah, I think that's one of the game's greatest strengths, is that it keeps adding in new things throughout each successive game playthrough. So, you know, it certainly keeps things interesting. Let's see. Oh, I guess I should explain a bit about the gameplay. So, as you start, you know, you just click on which card you want to go. So you choose your path as you go through. And, you know, in each one, you reveal an event.
Gods and eternal damnations. I have no truck with any of it.
And, you know, so each encounter, you know, is pretty much an event that happens, or a battle, or something like that. So, you know, that's, you know, how the game goes.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
You meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. It's kind of unfortunate that they don't voice act, you know, the encounter cards, but if they did that, you know, that'd be a lot of extra work too, because there's a lot of encounter cards. So it makes sense that they couldn't do it. For a small share of your provisions, I will bless you in the name of the old gods. Yeah, all right. So I think this one's pretty much like, oh, this one's guaranteed. So this one's always a good card to have.
A choice. Select your desire.
Oh wow, I got a huge success. First time I got that. He speaks in the language of the old religion for several minutes, and then gently touches your forehead. It is done. So huge successes, you know, as they sound, you get more. Because normally if you just got one success, then you just get one blessing card. High Constitution.
Blessings will remain always active and are never removed. Unless you die, of course. Then you're back where you began, as always.
Oh, that's really nice. These are some really good blessing cards.
Well done.
And what he just gave me there is a token, and when you finish each game, the amount of tokens you have will affect the amount of cards you gain at the end of it. So it's, you know, it's always good to get as many tokens as you can. So here I can either go up or right. Let's see, let's go up. Hitch a ride.
It's better than trudging along a muddy road. Certainly.
You found a friendly trader willing to let you ride on his wagon. Hitch a ride? Let's do it. Not far out of town, you come under attack. So I think that's one of the good things is sometimes, you know, cards will have like, you know, they aren't really clear like what will happen, you know, until you know, do something. Oh. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright. So now we're gonna get into the combat portion of the game, and that's probably the biggest problem I have with the game is the combat system. And if you've played like Batman, Arkham Asylum, you know, like those, or I guess like Assassin's Creed, you know, the games with the countering type systems and stuff like that. I'm not a big a fan of those already, and this game's combat system is even pretty bad, so I kind of like hate it even more. It's not that I hate it, but I don't really find it that interesting. So like you see it as you can pretty much just left click your way throughout, and if you had a shield, unfortunately I don't have a shield right now, but if you have a shield you can counter all the enemies. So, you know, it'll show just like in Arkham Asylum or Assassin's Creed, it'll show like a marker above their head. And then, you know, you'll press the Q button to counter, and then you know, just keep going from there. But pretty much, most of the game can be accomplished by just left-clicking as much as you can, and then countering when you have the chance, or just dodging when you need to get away. I think you can right-click for a stun attack, but overall, the combat sections are really the weakest part of the game. Like you can see, like the character animations aren't that great. The AI, you know, it's just meh. I don't know. It really, I don't know, lowers my enjoyment of the game. Like, I think if they did like an RPG type system or a tactics type system, you know, I think the game would be a lot funner. Because you know, like already as you play the game, it gives you kind of like this Dungeons and Dragons type feel. You know, like, you know, one person's the game master, and you know, all the other players are the players. You know, the game master dictates, you know, like what's happening, events, you know, things, you know, stuff like that. And I think, you know, just making the battle system an RPG type system would have, you know, kept the game more immersive, I guess. I don't know, like for me, some people probably won't find much fault with it, but like I really like, as you play through the game, like you'll get into more and more combat sections, especially since you have to do a boss fight at the end. You know, and
I'm sure
you know, you're forced into, you know, the combat sections, and
this game is still only
I really don't find much enjoyment in that, and so it really kills the game for me. Because the funnest part of the game for me is, you know, getting the new cards, traversing, like figuring out like what does each card do, and like the random events that happen as you progress through the game. And you know, the combat sections really take me out of it, especially since you have to take, you know, the boss fight at the end, and you know. And since the combat section isn't that fun, and you're forced into it in the boss fight, you know.
Truly, I haven't seen their like in years. Excellent.
So I mean, you're gonna have to debilitate on whether, you know, the combat section is bad or good for yourself. I mean, I personally don't really like it. You know, if they changed it, it would be great. Maybe they'll make it better in the future. Who knows? I mean, like you can tell, like already, like their main focus was, you know, the whole card system, and you know, not the combat system. So you can see there's not as much work was put into it. I've seen this card before. I know what happens. Just fight some goblins. I don't really have anything though, so no big deal. Goblins just steal stuff from you. I lost gold. Yeah, pretty much for combat, all you have to do is just left click, really. Or I guess that's all you can really do. But one thing that's new is like they added these traps. Like in the earlier portion of the game, there weren't traps during the combat sections, unless certain stages that were just full of traps. But it makes it I guess it adds more variety to the game. But I mean, combat's still just left clicking, and since I don't have a shield, I can't even counter. So all I can do is just left click or right click or dodge. But I mean, this is just me griping on it, though. I mean, like, everything else about the game I really enjoy. But yeah. So, it's really up to you. You're gonna decide whether the combat's gonna kill it for you or not. I mean, everything else about the game. I mean, if you like these card-type building games, and you know, each playthrough is pretty different because it's randomized. So, you don't know what you're gonna encounter. Sometimes you'll get screwed. Sometimes you'll get really lucky. Sometimes you'll get this. You get a healer. Okay, let's approach the shop. So you can remove curses, heals. I'll also just buy some food. I don't have any curses, do I? Oh, that's a lot. Well, leave. 400? You're pretty much using up all your gold at that point. Alright, let's go up.
One more step down, and we may see the end of this, or another set of stairs. You are close on her trail, and more confident than I had imagined. Perhaps you will play beyond this mark, and we will see your true mettle.
Rockfall, ooh, disaster card.
Walk to get to the Queen. So many potential places for an assailant to get the upper hand.
Attempt to dodge the rocks. Oh man. See, so like times like these, I only got one chance, so more than likely to fail. Oh, I got a huge failure. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, dang. I guess my maximum health. Those things, see, yeah, I'm like really enjoying it because like, you can't really control what's gonna happen, but you know it's in there. So, jeez. I lost food too. That's not as big of a deal. Oh, that's harsh. I lost a lot. Dead King's Hall.
Crypt rubbing. I'm not sure the dead fighting back makes this any more dignified.
Either a huge success or a failure. And failure. Dang it. I think if they had spent more time doing the combat section, it would be a lot better. Though I probably still wouldn't like it because I really don't like the Arkham Asylum type combat. I mean, for like the Arkham type combat, the whole countering system and stuff like that, like it really relies on like good animation to like kind of immerse yourself into the game. This is quite a bit more choppy. Like if you had more control over the character, or a different type of like action combat, then it wouldn't be as bad. But since this is an Arkham type, it's really noticeable when your character just like floats to one character to another when attacking. I mean, I can understand why they did it, to make it more easy on people that aren't into, action-y combat or stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I just don't like it. Just don't like it. Sweet.
Middle of the
Armor.
road in every way. More health to work with. Much good mate do you.
I don't have any money, so just pass by. Oh man, another one?
Again, the stones tumble upon you.
Dang it.
Oh dear.
Oh, we're at the Queen of Dust.
Noble
Here we go.
causes turn to rotten enterprise. You may win this battle and send the Queen to her rightful end. Yet, what have you gained in the process? We play for a token now.
Alright. Two of Dust. So we got 2 enemies and the Queen. Alright, let's do this. Though I didn't get much equipment at all. Pretty unlucky. I wonder if I can destroy that. I don't think I can. Ow. Ow. Come on. I think another problem is that sometimes it's hard to attack the enemy that you're trying to attack, since I think it targets the closest person, but yeah, I don't know. There we go. Queen of Dust is defeated.
Inevitable, I suppose. So often those who beat plowshare to sword die by the grim instruments of their industry. Still, she fought well and bravely, which is all I expect from my pawns and players.
That's nice. So I reached the goblet, so now everything there's a lot more upgrades for me and the enemy. It's kind of nice. Leveling the playing field.
You have earned the first of the symbols of my power and passed the first gate. There is no turning back now. Previously I was merciful, but now I cannot be. It is begun. I crafted each of these cards over the course of years. You have taken them from me in mere moments.
Ooh. So now I'm getting all the cards from each of the tokens. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get more tokens, but it's not too bad. Fleet Coast. And there you go.
Come, play again.
Alright. So that's the end of one playthrough. So that one wasn't as long as the previous one. I guess it depends on whether you get lucky or not, because it's pretty random. The last one was, I think, three areas I had to go through. But yeah, so overall, I mean, I'm enjoying the game. I like it. The combat sections, I don't really like, but for some people it's not a big deal, and you'll probably enjoy it. I mean, if you're into the games that have like a random element to it, with a card, you can build your own deck. The enemy can build his own deck. There's a lot of fun. I mean, you unlock a lot of stuff. Each playthrough feels pretty new because you constantly get new cards, and and you can change it out the whatever's in there, so you can decide what's in there, and then as you journey, whether it shows up or not is random too. So it's nice. I like the game, and I believe the game is $25. But right now, if you buy before February 24th, it's $20. So I mean, if you liked what you saw, I'd recommend buying it. I mean, it's a pretty good game, and I think there's a lot of longevity to it. Because I bet once you complete, I'm pretty sure you'll unlock endless mode once you complete the main, defeating the main, I think 13 guys. So, I'm enjoying it. Wait, I'm pretty sure it's 11. So 11 guys. So I'm enjoying it. It's a fun game. Hopefully there'll be more updates to it. I would be really happy if the game gets mod support, because then putting in new cards, like player created cards, stuff like that, or being able to customize stuff, I think would be really good for the game. And I think it can really get a lot of other people to play it. But yeah, I mean, if you have $20, I think that's a pretty good game. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, like time-wise. I haven't gotten that far in, but I think it took me around almost an hour to do the first two. So I'd say maybe around probably 6 hours just playing the story mode, and you can you probably get more time out of it if you play the endless mode too. So for a 6-hour game, around 6 hours, maybe 5 to 6 hours. So it's not bad for like a $25 game, But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is Hand of Fate, and fade out. See ya.